Modern survival culture has one assumption buried underneath everything it sells. The emergency is temporary. You have your 3-month supply, your bug-out bag, your commercially purchased gear. Then month 4 arrives. The freeze-dried food is gone. The paracord ran out. The batteries are dead. The store is 3 towns over, and the road may not be passable. What do you actually know how to do with what is around you? My name is Gideon Adkins. Born in a holler outside Harlan, Kentucky, on land my grandfather cleared. The people who raised me did not prepare for collapse. They lived inside something that looked like collapse every day and called it Tuesday. No truck was coming. Everything came off the land within walking distance. For generations, that was enough. 7 techniques. The ones prepper culture forgot. Not because they do not work, because there is nothing left to sell alongside them. Number 7. Making lye from what the fire left behind. On a mountain homestead, nothing left the property without becoming something else. Wood ash was not waste. It was a raw material. The ash hopper sat on every Appalachian farm through the early 20th century, a V-shaped frame on posts over a clay pot. Hardwood ash packed inside, oak, hickory, and beech. Water poured slowly through the top, left a day and a half. What dripped out was lye. You tested it with a raw egg. Float a quarter-sized patch above the surface, ready for soap. Sink too low, run it through fresh ash. Float too high, dilute it. But here is the part prepper guides never mention. Weak lye water poured over dried corn removes the outer hull and releases nutrients the body cannot absorb from raw corn. Prevents pellagra, a vitamin B3 deficiency. Mesoamerican cultures called this nixtamalization. 2 civilizations arrived at the same answer independently. Ruth called it how you do corn. Modern preppers stock dried corn by the pound. Almost none know that without this step, corn does not fully feed you. Number 6. Making rope from what grows along the creek. Every bug-out bag in America has a roll of paracord, made from petroleum in a factory. When the roll runs out, it runs out. Nothing on the hillside replaces it. Something else on that hillside does. 4 plants, all within walking distance of any holler in Appalachia. Tulip poplar inner bark. Strip it in spring when the SAP is running. Soak in still water 2 weeks. Dry it. Twist it. Pawpaw bark, among the strongest plant fibers in eastern North America. The Cherokee used it for bowstrings. Green bark twisted directly without waiting. Wild dog bane, fiber quality that settlers compared to commercial hemp. Fishing lines, snares, and lashing, stinging nettle. Wear gloves at harvest. Heat removes the sting. The fiber underneath is textile grade. The technique is the same for all of them. 2 bundles. Twist both clockwise while wrapping them counterclockwise around each other. The opposing torques lock. Splice in new fiber as you go. The rope extends as long as the material lasts. The material grows back every spring. The knowledge does not. Number 5. Reading the sky and the woods. No radio, no app, no tower. The information is still there. A ring around the moon means ice crystals in high cloud arriving 12 to 36 hours ahead of a warm front. Rain follows 2 out of 3 times. Documented. Not a saying. Red sky in the morning means moisture already behind you. Weather moves west to east. What is coming is still in front. Leaves showing their pale undersides. Stomata on the underside of a maple open in rising humidity. The leaf curls. High humidity precedes rain. Birds flying low before a storm is not folklore. Atmospheric pressure drops. Air thins. The birds always descend. Ridge fog means a frontal system pressing air upslope. Rain by evening. Valley fog means cold air draining overnight. Clear day. Same fog. Two places. Two different things. The woolly bear caterpillar does not predict winter. Neither does the persimmon seed. Those are stories. The leaves and the birds and the fog are not. Earl read the ridgeline before the mine every morning. He was right more often than the radio. Number 4. Bear grease and rendered pork lard. Modern preppers carry 4 separate products for what 1 crock of rendered fat handled alone. Cooking oil, lamp fuel, leather conditioner, tool lubricant, wound salve base. 1 crock. Bear fat is more unsaturated than pork lard. Stays semi-liquid at room temperature. Superior for leather and moving parts through a mountain winter. A black bear in fall yields 30 to 40 pounds. 1 pint holds close to 4,000 calories. That same pint burns 10 hours in a cloth wick lamp. Hog killing day was the everyday version. Late October, after the first hard freeze. A community gathering on every farm in this county within living memory. Leaf fat from around the kidneys rendered into lard so clean it barely had a flavor. Stored in crocks in the spring house. It went into the cornbread, into the leather boots, into the lamp. Rubbed on iron tools to stop the rust. Bessie Stamper packed plantain leaves into warm lard and let them sit a week. That was the wound salve. Children on the next ridge were treated with it for 50 years. Number 3. The mountain as a year-round grocery. A mother in 1940 fed 6 children for half a year on what she gathered within a mile of the cabin. The same woods are still there. Spring first. Ramps in March at the low elevations. Wild leeks. The first green after months of stored food. Very high in vitamin C. Ramp festivals across Appalachia are a memory of what that plant once meant. Hickory nuts in fall. 68% fat by dry weight. Among the highest caloric density of any wild food in the eastern United States. The word hickory comes from the Powhatan word for the fatty milk pressed from them. Black walnuts. 24 grams of protein per 100 grams. The hull stains your hands black for 2 weeks. Know that before you reach in. Acorns require leaching. Soak in repeated changes of water. Dried and ground into flour mixed with cornmeal. Slippery elm bark in winter. Dried and powdered mixed with water into a gruel. Caloric. Soothing. It kept people going through February. Ruth tracked all of it in a notebook. Season by season. Number 2. Cold smoking and salt curing. Modern survival guides tell you to hot smoke your meat. Hot smoking cooks it. Shelf life without refrigeration is days, not months. Cold smoking preserves it. 12 to 18 months unrefrigerated. Not 2 versions of the same thing. Salt first, non-iodized. Rubbed hard into every surface, especially around the bone. A day and a half per pound for the salt to reach the interior. Large cuts get saltpeter mixed in. Potassium nitrate. Prevents botulism in the anaerobic center where oxygen does not reach. Not custom. Chemistry. Then the smokehouse. Hickory and applewood. Below 90 degrees, 6 weeks. Phenolic compounds from the smoke coat the surface and stop bacterial growth. Combined with what the salt drew out, you have a shelf-stable product. The smokehouse was built for it. Elevated. Ventilated at the peak. Soot-coated inside. Soot itself is antimicrobial. The ham then hung a full year before it was cut. Clara ran the fall preservation on this land. Every October, the smokehouse full by November. Freeze dryers cost $2,000 and require electricity. Salt and hickory cost almost nothing. Number 1. The pharmacy that grew behind every cabin. Before reliable medical access reached most of Appalachia, in much of this region that meant before the mid-20th century, plant medicine was not alternative medicine. It was the only medicine. 3 traditions built it: Cherokee botanical knowledge, European herbal practice from the Scots-Irish uplands, 200 years of refinement in this mountain ecosystem. Plantain. The weed in your lawn right now. Chew the leaf and pack it on a wound or sting. Contains allantoin, which promotes healing. Documented pharmacology. Yellow root along creek margins throughout Appalachia. Bright yellow roots from berberine. Berberine kills staph, E. coli, and salmonella. It is sold in supplements today for exactly this reason. The creek bank gave it free. Wild cherry bark tea for croup and bronchitis. The compound in the bark is the active ingredient in commercial cough syrup. Moline for the lungs, comfrey poultice for fractures. They called it knit bone. Bessie Stamper showed me these plants when I was 18. I kept the list in a drawer for 30 years. Modern medical supplies run out. The creek bank does not. In 1965, Appalachian households spent $47 on goods from outside the county. By 2024, that number is 41,000. The mountain did not change. The land kept producing. The people forgot how to ask. None of these techniques require a license or degree. They require proximity to the land, to the people who carry this knowledge, to the willingness to sit and learn before the last person who holds it is gone. There are perhaps 200,000 people like that still living in these mountains. Most are over 80. They are a library on fire. Tell me in the comments which of these 7 you already carry, which surprised you most, what county you are in, what your grandparents knew that you do not. I read every one. Next video: 10 Appalachian skills that keep your family alive when the grid goes down. I will see you there.